So you may have looked for ways online on how to post to TikTok using n8n. You've either ran into TikTok's very strict auditing process just so you can use their API, or you found that you had to use a paid service like Potato. And maybe you don't want to pay that monthly subscription fee. Well, being that this is a channel that strives to find ways to do things with n8n in the most cost-effective way possible, I'll show you exactly how to post to TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube simultaneously without using any paid services, only free tools. If this is something that you'd like to learn, keep watching and I'll show you how to do exactly that. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is David and I teach you how to build AI agents and automations. Now, let me go over quickly how we're going to get past the roadblock, that is the TikTok auditing process. If you notice a pattern from my past videos on how to connect systems with n8n, it all follows a similar process. You build an app, you get your client ID and client secret, and you plug that into n8n. TikTok is no different. However, when going through that process, you have to jump through so many hoops, and then you have to get your app approved, and it's quite the process. It really is a pain in the neck, and apparently the auditing process is super strict. I was kind of going through it, but I didn't go through the final steps. It was just too much, and I was just thinking that maybe there's an easier way. When looking for that easier way, it all came down to just using a paid service, and that's something that I was almost gonna go towards, but I was still trying to find a way to do this all for free, or at least as cheap as possible. And then also there's another problem we're going to be solving. We're also going to be doing this with Instagram, because another thing with Instagram is, although I found a way to do with n8n, it wasn't a very smooth process. I had to use Cloudflare because I guess the Facebook node doesn't like using Google Drive URLs for videos, even though it's totally fine for photos. And then I came up with a process, but partway through that process, that there has to be an easier way, and thankfully there is. But it's going to be in a very unique way. So we're actually going to be Frankensteining this setup by using n8n and another automation tool called Zapier, and we're going to be connecting them together. Why? Well, because we're going to be using a service called Buffer. This is a service that's sort of like Potato, but it's free. Now the problem is that n8n doesn't have a node for Buffer, but Zapier does. So we're going to be building n8n to get the content set up, ready to go for your social media, and then we're going to use Zapier to post your content with Buffer to all your social media accounts. This all sounds a little bit complicated and convoluted, but honestly it is super easy to build. I'll show you step-by-step process as I usually do. I don't have a template for this because it really is very easy to build. Let's get started and I'll show you how this is built. Alright, so like I said, this is very easy. We're gonna primarily be setting up two things here. That'll be your Zapier account and your Buffer account. And then the only other credentials we'll be using, other than our social media accounts, which is very easy to sign in, we're going to be using the Google credentials that we've set up from previous videos. Now, if this is your first time in this channel and you haven't set up your Google credentials before, I'll put a link in the description below showing you how to set up your Google credentials, because we're going to be using the Google Sheets API for this. So that's pretty much it. That covers what we're going to need. Let's get building. Alright, so on the n8n side, this is pretty much what it's going to look like when you finish setting up your automation. It's just going to be 4 nodes, very simple, very similar to the other automation that we build for posting images. So that's what this one is. It's pretty much this minus all of this. So you pretty much replace all of this with just one node, the Google Sheets node. Let me show you how that's built. So blank canvas once again. Let's start off with the trigger. That's going to be form submission. So I'm going to put an n8n form here. Okay, so this one title I'm just going to call video posting. Posting to the socials. I'm not going to put a description. Let's add our form content. So we're going to be using our video URL. Video URL, just like that. Enter video URL here. Make that required, and we're just going to do the same thing for title and description. So title, enter title here, required field, add form element one more time. This one's just going to be description. Placeholder, enter description here, required field. Okay, perfect. Let's just execute that to make sure it looks good. All right, good. All right, now just like the other one, I'm going to be moving a file. So going back to my drive, I have my upcoming content file, and once this is run through, it's going to put it in the posted content folder. That's from the last video. So this time, inside here, I already have my video right there. So let's go ahead and do that. So that one's going to be, you're going to go to drive, move file. I'm going to use the same credential that I usually do. It should automatically fill in if you open it. And then once again, if you haven't set up your Google credentials, I'll have that link in the description below. But yeah, this is going to be file, move, file. So this is going to be the URL from this node here. Oh, I should probably stop that. Okay. So actually, let's turn this off super quick. And then what I'll do is copy the link, and let's run just the form submission here. So put in the video there, the title. Let's see. I'll probably just redo this anyways. Learn how to post images to all of your socials using n8n, something like that. Okay, so I'm going to submit. That's done. Now I'm going to turn this back on. And then what you're going to do is, again, you're going to drag this, put it in there. You're going to select URL. Perfect. Just like that. Now here from, leave it as my drive. And then this, I'm going to select my upcoming content. So, oh, sorry, posted content. This is where it's going to move it to. All right. The reason why I like to use this is because it outputs the ID, and the ID is what I'm going to be using for the next node. All right, halfway through already. Not too bad. Next one, a set field node. Just like that. Now we're going to add our fields. This one's going to be video, title, and description. Just like that. Okay, let's save. Okay, now for the video part, if you remember from this workflow, we had to use this part right here, the special URL followed by the ID. This one's going to be the same, but it's going to be a slightly different URL. I'm just going to go back to the one that I built. Not there, set fields. It's going to be this. This is the URL that you're going to have to put just so Buffer is going to be able to view it and see it as a video file. So I'll put this in the description as well, just so you can copy and paste. It's very easy. So then the way this will work, just going to copy one more time just to make sure I have it good. Actually, let's execute this here. Execute. Good. There's the ID. Now I'm going to turn this one on. For the value, I'm going to paste that URL here. and I'm gonna drag and drop ID right after. So just like that. There you go. And that's it for the set fields node. Hit save. And then this is the very last node we're going to be putting in n8n. That's going to be the Google Sheets node. All right, so we're going to put Sheets right there. And we're just going to be append row and sheet. All right, good. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off for now. And I'm just going to run this node on its own. Execute step. There we go. We have, oh, what happened here? Oh, geez. Supposed to drag and drop the other stuff there too. My bad. Okay, so that was my bad. I didn't drag and drop the other information that you need as well. So title is going to go in title, and then description in description. Let's run that one more time. Okay, there we go. Now we have all the information that we need. Okay, good. Now we're going to open this. Now I have this right here. This is the Google Sheet that I created. Make sure when you share it, I'm going to go on share, that it's not restricted. It's anyone with the link, and set to viewer. All right, so let's go into this here for a second. This is what it looks like. So it has the 3 pieces of information that we've been collecting: the video URL, the title, and the description. So if you go back to n8n, you'll notice this is where it ends. When we build the other half, this is where it's going to start. So this is what's connecting n8n and Zapier. So let's open this up now. All right, so from the list, the document, we're going to select that one that I just showed you, the video posting log. And then for the sheet, just sheet 1, which is this right here. If you rename it, that'll be what it is. Okay, so here are the 3 fields that it picks up from the sheet. So you're just going to grab video, drag it there, grab title, drag it in title. There we go. And then description and your description. Okay, perfect. It's all set up and ready to go. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to leave it like that for now. I'm not going to execute the final step just yet. Otherwise, we're pretty much done with n8n. That's it. Super simple. So the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to move over to Zapier. So we're going to have to set up our Zapier account and set up our Buffer account. Buffer is what connects to our social media accounts, and it's going to be used by Zapier to post your social media. So that's it for n8n. Let's continue on to the other side. All right, so if you head over to Zapier.com, we're going to sign up for our Zapier account. So you go to the main page, you'll see this right here. You'll have the sign up with Google. I'm just going to go ahead with that. Otherwise, you can use email. Okay, I'm going to select my account and continue. And then, yeah, it's going to go through this. I can't really get past it. I'm just going to pick these numbers here. Skip question. There we go. All right. There we go. That's it. You set up your Zapier account. Now, the cool thing about this is that Zapier has a free tier. So you don't have to go into their paid tiers. The free one is enough to do what we need to do. So it just builds a very basic Zap is what it's called for their automations. I think it's just like the single step by step. And then I think you're limited with how many tasks I think it can run. But with what we're building, it's more than enough for what we need. So once you're here, you go create and Zaps. And then this is where you're going to be taken to. This is where you build your automation on the Zapier side. So for now, we're just going to stay here. We'll come back to this in a second. We're going to set up our Buffer account now. So you go to Buffer now. We'll put the link in the description below. Right here it says get started for free. Now, just like Zapier, it is a paid service, but they have a free tier. I think there's a maximum number of accounts that we can connect. Number of times you can run, which I think is 3 per day. So if you're just posting once a day, which should, I think, is often, or even twice a day, that should still be enough for the free tier. So let's go ahead and set up an account. So get started for free. Right here, I'm just gonna put my email, create a password. I'm just gonna put in my own password. Should be enough. Okay. And there we go. That's pretty much setting up your Buffer account. So right here on the left side, this is where you're going to set up all of your connections. These are all the different platforms that you can connect to. So the one we're going to be needing here is TikTok. So click right here. And you just sign into your TikTok account, however you sign into it. Okay, so right here, I'm signing into my personal TikTok account. There we go, that's my account. Finish connection. And there we go, this doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna close that there. Okay, and there we go, that's it. That's all you have to do to connect to your TikTok. Way easier than the original process, but there we go. So next we're going to connect Instagram. So going to go there. Now, one thing to keep in mind, just like the other workflows that we've been working on, we were setting up our Instagram connections. It has to be a business profile, so just keep that in mind. Buffer is no different. It has to be a business account. So if you're trying to use your personal account, change it into a professional account, and then you'll be able to connect it through Buffer. Otherwise, I think you still have to. I think all it does is send you reminders, which is not really helpful. But once you set it to professional, then you connect to Instagram, and then you put in your Instagram credentials. Okay, so I've signed into my Instagram account. I'm just going to click on Save Info. I'm going to click on Allow. And now it's connecting to Instagram. Brings up my account. And that's the one I'm connecting with. So I'm just going to click on Finish Connection. And then same thing, I'm just going to close this. And there you go. There you have it. That's all you have to do with Buffer and Zapier. Now that we've created our accounts on those two systems, let's go back into Zapier here, and then we're going to start connecting all the steps and get the automation on this side going. Okay, so as you can see here, the n8n workflow ended off with the Google Sheets node right here. So then when we go over to Zapier here, this is going to start off with that same Google Sheet. So I'm going to go over here for the trigger, select Google Sheets. And there we go. So now right here, app account. You're going to click on sign in. And then right here, I'm just going to choose my account. Select all. Boom, nice and easy, just like that. Now we're not quite done yet here. We're just going to have to go right here, go trigger event. And then we're going to select right here, new or updated spreadsheet row right here. Select that. Continue. Spreadsheet, we're going to select this one right here. This is the one that, the same one that we selected for our n8n workflow. Sheet 1 as well. Right. And that we can just leave blank. You continue. It's going to test the trigger right here just to make sure that it's connected properly. Right now there's no data in there, so nothing's going to happen. I'm just going to click on skip test. Now right here, I'm going to click on action. And this is where you can find the buffer step, I think is what it's called in Zapier. There it is. There's buffer. So we're going to click on buffer. You're going to click on this plus sign right here, add step. And then you're going to click on buffer one more time. Right there. Now, the reason why we have two is because we have two different accounts connected in Buffer. one for TikTok, one for Instagram. So in Zapier, we're going to do the same thing right here. We're going to have one step for TikTok, one step for Instagram. All right, and for consistency reasons, I'm just going to add YouTube here as well. YouTube on the n8n side is very simple, very easy, but just keep things a little easy here or organized. I'm just going to add it here as well. This worked really well as well when I was testing it out. So there you go. All right, so now that we have all of the steps, we're just going to go and select the first one here and connect our first account. So right here, it's select buffer. Action event, we're going to select add to queue. Account, we're going to sign in. And then it should pick up your buffer account automatically right here. It should bring up your email just to check. Yeah, right there. There's my email address. So allow access. Boom, there we go. You don't have to do this part for the second step. It's going to pick it up already. Okay, so that's the account. We're going to click on continue. Organization, just select my organization. Tags, you can leave blank. Channel. This is where you see the two options right here. This is the ones that we set up, Instagram and TikTok. So for this one, I'm going to select TikTok. Now text. Let's go over to our spreadsheet for a quick second here. We have description, title, and video URL. So notice that these are column A, column B, and column C. So this is how we're going to tell Zapier which columns to use. So if you go back here, this is a description and title. I'm just going to use the title here, which is B. Click on the plus sign and then column B. That's going to select this here for the text. Okay, so that's it for that. Media, we're going to select video. That you can leave as is. And then now method. Right here, you're going to select on share now. That'll make it so it posts it immediately. And I'm missing one more here. Oh, video. Yeah, I missed one here. So again, we're going back here. Video URL is going to be in column A. So right here, when we tell it what to use for the video, we're going to select column A. Right there. Oops, I selected it twice. There we go. Okay, that's it. Now continue. I'm going to skip the test for now because I don't want to try and post anything. And that's done. Second step is going to be very similar, except we're going to be choosing Instagram. So action event, add to queue, account, already picked it up. So we're going to hit continue now. Organization, same thing. You're going to select my organization. Channel, like I said, this time we're going to select Instagram. All right, now the post type, this is important. Click over here and we're going to select reel because this is what we're trying to post here. We're trying to post short form content on Instagram, which is a reel. So we're going to select that. Text, this time I'm going to choose description right here. So this is column C. Click on the plus sign. Click on the trigger right there, and then you're going to select column C, just like that. Or whatever column you're using for the description. Okay, now for the video, same thing, just like TikTok. The video is column A, which is where we put the URL. So one more time, click on that trigger, select column A. Now scheduling type, that can also say the same method. Also, we're going to select share now. Continue. I'm also going to skip the test. Okay, done. Awesome. Now we're going to go with our final step here, which is the YouTube step. So click on that. All right, now here for the action event, we're going to go upload video. All right, now for the sign in part, this you're just going to sign into your YouTube channel here. So I'm just going to sign into mine. Continue. All right, good. We're all set there. Now let's go continue. title. We're going to follow these again. Title is B, description is C. So for the title, B, description, C. Video, once again, we're going to select A, which is where the URL is. Thumbnail, I'm just going to leave blank. Privacy status, change it to public. Publish at, you can leave that blank. Tags as well. And everything else can stay the same here. Yep, that's it. Nice and easy, right? And continue. Skip test as well. And publish is when you reach the very last step. So this is activating the Zap. Boom, excellent. There we go. And we're done setting up the workflow on the Zapier side. And that's pretty much it for the build, right? You have your 4 nodes right here. And then you have your 4 steps. Oop, moving it over here. The 4 steps in Zapier. So right here, this is the toggle if you want to activate it. I'm going to leave it on right now. Right now, this is blank. So it's going to be checking. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to execute this final step here. This is going to move over the title, description, and the URL into those cells, column A, B, and C. So let's give it a test right now just to make sure that everything works. All right, moment of truth. Let's see if everything works. I have YouTube open, Instagram, and TikTok. I just opened an account. I haven't been using TikTok. I'll probably start using it now. Since now that I have this set up, it's nice and easy to automate. So going back into this workflow right here, the final step, let's open up the Excel node. We have all the others that are completed. So let's execute this step. Boom, there we go. All right, so if we go back into our sheet, there's our data, just populated right in front of us right here. Now this isn't gonna show any progress or anything. I think it does that when it's in the dev stage. Right now it's in production, so it's not gonna show anything. Where you want to go is right here. You're gonna click on Zap runs. It's gonna show you the history of this Zap when it runs. So I think it takes about a couple minutes here. So I'm just going to edit this part out. I'm going to wait until this populates and we'll see if everything works. Okay, I just refreshed this and right here it says successful. So I'm going to click on this right here. It's going to show us everything. There was one time when I was testing it where one of these failed, I think, and it still says successfully. So you want to click on it and just make sure that all of them show that everything was updated properly. Okay, so everything's showing a green check mark. Let's check my social media accounts and see if everything is good. So I'm gonna go over here. This is Instagram. Let's do a refresh. Not quite yet. I think there's another minute or so after Zapier runs for buffer. Let's check YouTube. And there we go. So this is the one that I just posted right here. This is today's date at the time of recording, December 11th. Let me take a look at this here. Yep. You can check out my shorts. This is, I'm literally posting my short right here in front of you. So this is the post I wanted to make, but I thought I would observe this just for this test, for this automation. Looks like that worked. Let's go over to TikTok. Let's do a refresh. Awesome. All right, there we go. Same thing right here. Excellent. You can watch that later. Again, I'm just gonna leave that there. Follow me on TikTok, by the way. I'm gonna be using this account now. Instagram, let's go back. Looks like there was a little bit of a delay. I'm just gonna do a refresh, and there. Oh no, that's not it. Is it? No, not quite. Okay, a bit of a delay, but it eventually did get posted on Instagram. And there we go, the exact same reel. There's, here, learn how to put images to all of your socials. Let's go and check if that's what it put. Right here, description. And if we go to TikTok, right here, I used something else. I'm just going to pause that for a second. Post videos to social media. Yep, right there. And obviously they all picked up the video URL. All right, so there you have it. That's how you post to TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube using free tools, no paid service. And although you do have to sign up for another service, their free tier is generous enough for you to post daily to all 3 social media platforms. So this is pretty awesome because, again, like I said, Instagram, I did get it to work with n8n. Just looking for this app. There we go. I did get it to work with n8n, but it was such a pain. It didn't like the Google Drive URLs. And as you can see right here, we used a Google Drive URL. So it just made it so much easier to do it this way with Instagram. And then with TikTok, yeah, very easy setup. YouTube, I didn't have to do that, but just for simplicity reasons, while I'm at it, I might as well add it there. So that was pretty neat that it was able to do that as well. And it's pretty cool how they both connect with the same Google Sheet. One activates the other, and they work together, and they all achieve your main goal, which is posting videos to all of your social media accounts. Now, I want to give credit where credit's due, and a big help of this was due to this guy's channel right here, Ricardo. I left a comment in his video because he thought of the way of connecting n8n with Zapier with the Google Sheet. I tried different triggers with Zapier, and none of them were as smooth as Google Sheet. It really is just simple. And if the Google Sheet gets too large, then you can just create a new sheet and keep going over there. You might experience performance issues if the list gets incredibly long, but that'll take a long time. It's going crazy here, zooming in. Anyways, I hope you guys found that helpful and useful, and it allows you to automate your social media without having to pay anything extra. If you're using the n8n self-hosted version, then you're not paying. You're pretty much not paying anything. And if you're paying for the n8n cloud, then at least you don't have to pay even more. Now you're probably asking why we would have this kind of setup. Why not just leave Zapier right here on its own? Well, that's a great question, in case you're asking that. But I was asking myself that, but then I realized this would be a good idea because on the n8n side, you can set up your AI agent that creates the content for you and then follows this process right after, which is going to be my next video, by the way. Zapier has some limitations, at least the free tier has limitations with the AI agent. So if you still wanted to stay within the free range, then you would want to create your AI agent on the n8n side, creating your content, updates the Google Sheet, which activates the Zap, and then posts to your social media. So stay tuned for that. We're actually going to be building off of this, just replacing the trigger because we're going to be using the AI agent to create our content. So this is great if you already have your content, you want to create it yourself, and you just want to post it to all 3 accounts without having to sign in each time and put in all the text and everything and all that. But if you want an AI agent to create the content for you, that's gonna be in my next video. So if you like content like this, please like and subscribe. If you get stuck into this process anywhere at all, leave a comment below and I'll try to help you as best as I can. And I wasn't planning on making any templates for this, but I think I'll add one just in case. I'll leave the link to the description below for where I keep my templates. Again, 100% totally free. That's all for me today. Happy automating, and I'll see you in the next video.